Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the Virus Edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
aka Two Guys No Lies,
aka here we go. I got another AK one, aka Two Dads Felling Creeps Between Ads Selling Keeps.
Hey,
that was TK Lancaster, and he also hashtag Huddletron 2020.
So our fans are now connecting through the AKAs. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate the community that's building. I do think, Rand, how many?
I have another AK, so keep talking.
So how many of these do you think we've done? Have we done 200? No,
maybe 130.
130, 140. We've done about 4 months of this, I think.
It's amazing. More than that.
5 months. 6 months. If it's 6 months, man, that's almost 200.
I know.
So we've been going strong with this thing, and I know it's been growing over time, and the community is connecting with each other. We appreciate that. It's like our children meeting each other, or hanging with each other.
I love it so much. Oh, from Charlie Shulman, who was in the pre-show meet and greet.
Who said that he has enjoyed getting to know Huddletron through the world.
AKA Dumb from the two twin hosts lamenting puns from the New York Post. Thank you, Charlie Shulman.
My man, great to see you. Great to see Charlie Shulman in the pre-show meet and greet last weekend for Mike Birbiglia on Live Dumb People Town. The next Live Dumb People Town, which is selling out right now.
Is November 7th, and it's John Hamm and the band Tennis. Go to eventbrite.com. We'll get into that later. Let's do this right now. We got a story. Let's jump in right into it.
Okay.
You know we love Evil Knievel. If you've ever seen Cheap Seats, you know we love us some Knievel.
He had evil in his name. Sounded like evil, but he was the hero. It was
he did
EVEL.
stunts.
Badass stunts. He jumped over buses. He jumped over river gorges. He went viral before there was anything to go viral on.
He's the last great American folk hero. Like, we knew about his stunts. That just was like word of mouth being passed around.
But here's what I want to say about Evil Knievel, Rand. He oftentimes did not succeed.
He failed at Snake River Canyon, and he still
People
succeeded.
still loved him because he had the costume. That was what was so cool. People loved him for trying.
That
How
costume.
about that for a concept with a daredevil? I don't think that flies today. People loved him. Trying was enough. For America
was enough for our daredevils back in the day.
He wore red, white, and blue. He was a human manifestation of America, trying to get it right, failing sometimes, falling on his face, breaking his arms and his legs, but getting back up,
trying to get back on the bike and do it again.
Also, his stars and stripes were kind of an FU to the Confederate stars and bars because they came to a V in the middle of his breast, which I like to say
V for vagina.
V for vagina. It was the impetus for the vagina monologues.
Exactly. People don't really know that.
And yet, people who love the Confederacy were probably so dumb they thought it was the same thing.
As their racist symbol. V for victory.
Man, it's V for victory. Yeah, but the South lost the Civil War.
So shut up. We're not honoring losers.
The other thing we noticed about Evil, when we dug into the 3 jumps he did for this episode of Cheap Seats, which we love, which will eventually go up on our YouTube page.
Yep.
Was that we considered Evil Knievel a reluctant daredevil.
Reluctant.
It was almost like he did a couple jumps.
Mm-hmm.
They were cool. He wasn't really into doing more, but he felt like he had to service that persona.
He was conflicted a lot of the time.
And he just, he
didn't have that bravado.
There was reluctancy in his desire.
He understood the gravity and the difficulty of all the stunts he was trying to pull
a slave
off.
to the persona. Also, he was about 36 years old and he looked like he was 55.
Yeah.
Daredeviling was like being a president.
Yeah, it prematurely ages you 20 years.
Which, by the way, is another reason why Trump is an idiot and an asshole.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't aged at all in the last 4 years. And if ever there were 4 years to be president of America, to be aging, he was an old, fat, awful person when he came in, and now he's the same. So means one of two things. One, or both. One, he colors his hair like your Aunt Rita.
$70,000 for haircuts.
Colors his hair like an old lady. Or 2, he doesn't give a flying flip about anyone. No. He doesn't care about the pressure of the situation because he doesn't care about the world.
Doesn't care that 200,000 people
Obama
died.
looked like 20 years older after 8 years in office. Mm-hmm. Even George W. Bush, who I don't particularly like, he looked older when he came out than he did. The 8 years, 4 years, 8 years, they look a lot older because the position ages you.
Clinton looked so much older, and he was getting tons of action in the White House. He should have been relaxed.
They were keeping him young. we had a friend when we came right out of college, our friend Eric Friedman, his friend who went to Cornell with him, this woman, I forgot her name.
I forget her name.
But
she was like an investment banker.
And everyone was like, she was like making $97,000. And that was
we
the one
couldn't
thing.
believe how much money she was making.
$97,000 in 1994, which in today's dollars would be like $200,000 or
Yeah.
$180. I think I read that.
Yeah,
somewhere.
100 was 180.
Like $180,000 for a 23-year-old out of college. We were like, that's amazing. She has
got
so much money. She worked 80 hours a week. She never was out at the bar when we were out. Once in a while, she came out like 7 months after we were there. She had gray hair.
She had gray.
At age 23, we're like, that
it's not
was
worth
like
it.
the moment in my life where I said to myself, okay, all right, I'm going to choose happiness and art over making money.
Being
I'd love for
poor.
them both. I'd love for them both to come together and meet.
Sure.
And I'd love to do well in this life.
Sure.
And get paid for our art. But if I had to choose between one or the other,
Who wants gray hair at 23?
it's the pressure. It's
Dude,
insane.
Evil, man. Evil looked weathered.
He
I'm
looked
sorry.
very weathered. He just looked very
Like
weathered.
the pressure of daredeviling was weighing him down, just like the pressure of investment banking was weighing this gal
but
down.
he kept doing it.
Yeah.
And there were action figures made of him.
He became a folk hero.
And his family benefited from his daredeviling.
That's
but-
right.
But apparently, all that wasn't enough, according to his son, who is now suing Pixar and Disney over the likeness and image of a character in Toy Story 4.
The late Evil Knievel's son.
Kelly Knievel.
Right.
Kelly Knievel, to me, I don't know who he is or what he looks like, but I imagine he's Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears
Sure.
in Evil Knievel's outfit.
Yep.
And it's been a
With
while
a
since,
scarf around his neck smoking.
which I think that's what Kelly was wearing in one of the episodes.
Sure.
On Tuesday, Kelly Leak Knievel is what I'm going to call him, sued Walt Disney Company and Pixar for trademark infringement, alleging
By the way, I don't care who sues Disney. Go win. Win as much as you can off those assholes.
that his father's likeness was used without permission in the 2019 Toy Story 4. Did you see Toy Story 4?
No, I did not.
I did.
Okay,
so I know the character of which they speak.
Right.
This is the moment when you realize daredeviling isn't a family business that you can pass on to your kids.
That's right. It's one person. It's
also, you realize that like Evil probably spent all the money he made.
on action figures.
No, that all the money that he made on action as being an action figure.
Yeah. He spent all that money.
All that money went away.
Yep.
Hookers and blow. So the kids were left to fend for themselves,
Like the rest of us.
like all of us.
Like anybody who has to go get a
You're
regular
not
job.
entitled to anything,
Nope.
dummy. It's not you who are jumping the buses.
So Kelly Knievel, in my opinion, thought he had money coming to him.
Kelly Knievel probably has some gambling debts,
Sure.
an expensive drug habit. He's got a lot of time on
Or
his hands.
all of it.
Yeah. So, but at first I was like, good call going after Disney. Like you said, deep pockets
pockets,
means
big
possible,
payday.
big payday, or bad call going after Disney.
Because deep pockets means they got lots of lawyers.
High-powered, well-paid lawyers
That's
who
right.
will beat you into the ground.
My guess is Kelly Knievel's like, I'll represent myself on this. Bad call, dude. Bad call.
So here's the deal. Knievel was never mentioned in Toy Story 4.
No.
But the film alleges that the character Duke Kaboom, voiced by Keanu Reeves, is clearly patterned after him. And yes, I saw
Can
the
you draw
movie-
the connection?
Yeah, I mean, yes, he is a daredevil like action figure toy, which you almost could argue is a genre onto itself.
Sure.
He is Canadian.
Mhm.
He has a white outfit with Canadian colors and a Canadian maple leaf. That was kind of part of the joke, I'm assuming. I don't know. It was
Parody?
yeah,
maybe
it
parody?
It was unlike Knievel. So he had the same white leather outfit, but red
Maple
stripes,
leaf on the
maple leaf.
motorcycle. Yeah.
The lawsuit cites reviews of the movie mentioning Knievel as evidence viewers universally caught on to the connection. Is that enough to get paid?
I don't know.
See,
I
this
don't
is
know.
where we should have gone to law school.
I agree. Our
and
parents
stood-
were right.
And just been really funny lawyers.
Yeah.
Evil Knievel did not thrill, this is what the Sun said, thrill millions around the world, break his bones, and spill his blood.
Spill his blood.
That just got dark.
Yeah.
Just so Disney could make a bunch of money.
What
Kelly
was
Knievel
he in
said.
a relationship with Angelina Jolie?
Folks. Kelly Knievel said in a statement, no, he did all that so that you could sue people and get paid, right, Kelly?
Right.
The lawsuit also pairs pictures of Knievel, who died in 2007, with the character and notes that the two wear similar outfits, as I
Okay,
said.
fine.
It further cites the existence of an Evil Knievel stunt cycle toy released in 1973 and a Duke Kaboom stunt cycle in 2019. Okay. Now it's started. I'm changing my tune. It's getting a little bit closer.
Pay Kelly Knievel.
Maybe a small settlement in the offing. I don't know.
Just enough to get him a little taste.
Disney spokesman Jeffrey R. Epstein
Hold on a second.
In a statement, called the claims meritless and pledged to fight the lawsuit.
The guy's name is Jeffrey Epstein. At some point, you have to change your name to Jeff.
It's like when Bill Cosby ruined all colorful sweaters for everyone.
You got to throw those away.
Jeffrey Epstein has forever ruined the name Jeffrey Epstein forever.
Yeah.
It's like Adolf Hitler. We don't see a lot of Adolf Hitlers running around.
Or Jerry Sandusky's. Don't do it.
Just go by Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff Epstein.
Jeffrey is a little boy's name, by the way.
And the name of a man who wants to defile little boys, young people.
I got it.
It's confusing. And when you see that Jeffrey Epstein is fighting someone over a kid's film,
you're like,
you
what?
immediately start rooting for the other guy.
That's right.
That's just, you don't want to be that guy.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Jeffrey Epstein?
Come on.
Seriously, Disney?
Do better than that, Disney.
Give him a pseudonym. Call him Duke Epstein.
Call him Duke Kaboom.
Actor Frank Severo filed a similar lawsuit against Fox Television Studios in 2014, alleging that The Simpsons made unauthorized use of his likeness by modeling a character on the animated series after his Goodfellas persona.
Okay.
A federal judge on The Simpsons.
Sure.
A federal judge dismissed the case in 2015, saying the character was a composite of multiple characters in mafia films.
Okay.
Severo was quoted as saying, "So what?
I'm a clown.
I'm here to amuse you.
I'm here to make an amalgam of characters.
How am I funny?
How am I funny?
Tell me how I'm funny.
What's so funny?
What's so goddamn funny about me?
And
You
then-
tell me what's so funny."
And then because
Joe
he made that
Pesci
speech, Joe Pesci sued him.
Okay. I think I would have called him Oodle Knoodle
Oodle Knoodle
instead of Duke Kaboom. And then if they called him Oodle Knoodle, then maybe they have a case.
I think he should have been Mexican. Oodle Knoodle.
Are you kidding me, Kelly? I'm just going to say, I'm going to talk to you right now, Kelly Knievel. Do you think the writers of a Disney movie, this isn't an independent fly by the seat of their pants.
No.
Do you think they don't know where the line is, how far they can go to push something?
The guy defending him's name is Jeffrey Epstein. They've checked out to see if that's kosher. It is.
That's happening. So these guys work for Disney, a kids making media empire. They're so lawyered up on the inside. That script went there so many times. The drawings went there so many times. It went to legal. I guarantee you they checked it out and they said it's okay.
This isn't like a White House task force on coronavirus. People do their jobs at Disney.
It goes through many layers. This is like when you sit around and you're like, man, I have a great idea for an invention. Someone already invented it. I'm telling you right now. The second you say, I have a great idea for a website, for an invention,
it's already out there.
Google it first and realize that you're way down the line.
That's
you're
right.
not the first one to discover
That's
the
why the My Pillow guy has so much confidence, because he actually made it through that gambit.
Right. The My Pillow guy is the Jeffrey Epstein of holding pillows.
There you go. All right. That's our first story.
Let's take a break.
Down in the books. We'll take a break. Oh my God. This next one, guys, here's the deal. Teachers do not want to talk to you, parents, on the Zooms, and they definitely don't want to talk to grandparents. We'll get into it after the break. This is Sklar Country, the virus edition. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. As we mentioned at the top of the show, eventbrite.com. Look up Live Dumb People Town.
November 7th. The election is November 3rd. We are all going to be tense. We are all going to be either upset or we will be euphoric. Either way, you will want to celebrate or to drown your despair in comedy.
Do it with us,
We
Dan
got you
Van
covered.
Kirk, John Hamm, the band Tennis. We will have at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, hour and a half. If you get the pre or post show hangs.
By the way, we might still be in the balance, hanging in the balance.
We might not
knowing
know.
the results, and we'll be so tense that
you
we
will
need the
it.
release.
We are the release. Okay, let us be
Saturday,
that.
November 7th.
Get those
Eventbrite.
tickets.
We got your plans. Saturday
Also,
night.
check out our YouTube page, Sklar Country. Look up YouTube, Sklar Country. Subscribe. We're putting up old episodes of Dumb People Town, old cheap seats, stand up. It's really great. We want you to be a part of that, and it really helps us out if you can watch those videos. So thank you. Let's jump into this.
Okay.
Like we said before the break, teachers don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to parents. They definitely don't want to talk to grandparents.
Even if it's pleasant,
Yeah.
even if it's lovely, they don't want to talk to you. They don't at all.
They
right,
barely
man?
want to talk to the kids on Zoom. All right. I went to my daughter's back to school night for Zoom for her sophomore year of high school. I loved her teachers. I love every single one of them. They're amazing. I'm telling you, they're amazing. but nobody could get their Zoom thing to work.
Right.
Every single person came on and was like, half of my presentation, I don't know how to do it.
And everyone
I
just
can't
wants
do it. They're
it
like
to
mad.
end.
They're so mad.
I peek
get
my
it.
head in and I'm like, how are you even doing this? I don't even know. I guess you can do it from home. And
They
it's easy.
want the whole thing to end. And by the whole thing, we mean the Trump presidency and the pandemic and Zoom learning and everything. We need to get on a new path. Let's figure it out.
They were certainly like, they didn't get into teaching so they can answer a bunch of logistical questions about
why their presentations weren't visible or why PowerPoint slides had frozen in this thing. Like that's it.
These are great teachers, by the way.
I love them. They're so good and they're dedicated to their craft.
So take a normal teacher who's just like barely hanging on, who doesn't even really necessarily want to be a teacher. He fell into teaching.
They're definitely not ready to hear the unbridled propaganda of some crappy grandparent who just Zoom bombs, who's in the room and just Zoom bombs.
By the way, no one at this point, like hardly anyone, I can venture to make this guess, and I know I'm right. Hardly anyone is reaching out to the teachers of their children right now saying, hey, by the way, apropos of nothing, I'm not even referring to a specific moment. I just want to say thank you. You're doing a great job.
Nobody's saying that.
Nobody is going there and saying, hey, thanks for really reconfiguring your teaching style. And I know this is a thankless job, but I just want you to know that I'm being thankful. So here's an idea.
Listen to me.
Do it. If you have children, float them an email. It might make their day. They don't know. Teachers are like referees, right?
In the NFL, if they're having a great day when no one bothers them and
complains about them.
No one outside the field of play notices them. That's when they have a good day.
Well, we got a story about a confrontation between a grandma and her granddaughter's teacher that
here we go.
We're going to introduce you to something called the Grand Karen.
Okay.
It's a whole
It's one of the worst strains of Karens because she's got more time on her hands to watch Fox News.
Just to dig into the conspiracy theories.
She's like OG QAnon.
And she's had a lifetime to let her dumb views just calcify so it's impossible to change her dumb, stubborn, old mind.
Okay, here we go. Zoom Karen interrupts granddaughter's virtual class to rant about Obama and Black Lives Matter. A student's grandmother crashed her online class this week to protest a discussion about BLM, about the movement. Nobody asked you, Nana. Nobody said.
Just fall asleep with your contacts in, watching
Isn't there
Wheel
an
of
episode
Fortune.
of Murder, She Wrote or JAG that
or
you could
Navy
be watching?
NCIS.
Get into that. Navy NCIS. Let's worry about the computer coding girl who's got bangs. She's so alternative.
Oh, she's nuts.
In a video uploaded to TikTok, the woman who has since been dubbed a Karen, we're going to call her Grand Karen, can be heard arguing with her granddaughter's teacher. Again, OG Karen right here.
Karen from the old days.
That's right. Karen she's just Karen from the block.
Karen from the way back.
You're talking about BLM and all that stuff, the woman says, and we're not going to talk about it unless you want to hear what I have to say.
No one wants to hear what you have to say.
Nobody does.
Nobody. We're going to say what your husband refuses to say because you've beaten him down. He doesn't want to hear what you have to say. No one wants to hear what you have to say.
Let me ask you something.
Nobody at your stupid dinner parties wants to hear what you have to say.
So
your kids don't want to hear what they have to say.
And definitely your grandkids' classmates don't want to hear your incoherent rambling.
You know what your kids say? You know what your daughter who had your granddaughter, your daughter and son say every week? They're like, we got to FaceTime her. Someone, you
please.
FaceTime her because I don't want to talk to her right now. That's the way the whole world deals with you. I want you to know this right now.
This is your granddaughter's school is a granddaughter's school. It's not Washington and Lee University. Okay. They're teaching facts at her school.
Not conspiracy theories, Grammy.
Yeah, no one wants to hear what you have to say. Again, just ask your husband or
probably late husband because you talked him to death.
I'm guessing he died because it was better than having to confront and listen to you.
Ever again. He's like, please God, take me from this life.
The grandmother goes on to make odd references to former President Barack Obama while shouting over the teacher. This is when, as a teacher or as an administrator, you should have the button on your thing. You should, as an administrator, just be like, mute. You're mute. I'm going to say, when kids go back to school, you should be able to mute kids in your class.
Mute them.
Have that power in your room. Can we please get the technology where teachers can mute kids?
What this dumb Grand Karen said about she said Barack Obama was biracial. He wasn't just black. He should have owned both sides of his family. You're not making sense.
What does it mean? What does that mean?
Have a bowl of Special K and shut the fuck up.
Have a plate of Special K and slip into a K-hole and then shut up.
You're just not making sense. I wouldn't get into owning races, okay?
That's
not even a phrase you should say.
And you're embarrassing the hell out of your grandkid.
If I was Child Protective Services, I would roll up and get that grandkid away from you.
Yeah. Does the government control us using 5G cell phone towers? You ready to jump into that one
Yeah,
too,
I can't
Grandma?
wait to hear your thoughts on that.
You
old
forgot to
bag
mention
of
that.
wind.
Exactly. The teacher responds by attempting to note that that a student, not her, brought up BLM. So the teacher didn't even bring up BLM.
Yeah, and nobody's bringing it up except you right now. Like, you're the one. You're demonstrating the deterioration of the human brain.
If
this suddenly became a biology class.
Yeah.
Like, now they're doing suddenly because of you, they're going to do a unit on Alzheimer's.
That's right. But the student who allegedly brought up BLM claims that he never actually referenced the term at all, raising questions over what exactly set this woman off.
Kids, this is what dementia looks like. You can study that. We'll see what the aphasias are in the brain.
Life set this woman off. Equality set this woman off. Other people than her white ass achieving their dreams set this woman off.
This woman, the teacher said, "Ma'am, we're reading a story about a historical event, and the question that was presented to the students was, what's the most important historical event that's happened in your lifetime?" The teacher said.
Right. Student said, I didn't even say Black Lives Matter. I didn't even say that. Exactly. You could have been talking about Christopher Columbus, and this bitch would have come in with her take on Antifa.
Yep. She had everything locked and loaded.
Video exchange has been seen more than 1.1 million times on TikTok alone, which shouldn't embarrass the grandkid at all.
No.
No kids are on TikTok, so don't worry about that.
That's right. Hey, you know what's going viral? Your grandmother embarrassing everybody.
Your racist grandma made a great TikTok, by the way. TikTok users made their displeasure for the Karen known in the visit.
They should set it to like a TikTok. I get those goosebumps every time your grandma embarrassed herself.
Yep. The teacher should have muted her. That's what someone wrote. Not the place or time. The world should be muting her. Honey, what are you doing over there?
What are you doing over there? I'm just blocking Nana from my life.
Oh, good. Great.
I just literally need to block her
Do
from
it
my
quick
life.
because dinner's in 5 minutes. But this really brings into focus to need to shut those on the wrong side of history up.
Yeah, gotta shut them up.
Yeah.
Gotta shut them up. You know how people say everyone needs a voice?
I think we need to make a distinction. We can be more nuanced than that. Not everybody needs a voice.
This woman does not.
Yeah.
This woman does not.
I think we need to.
It's not that we want to shut down
dissenting opinions. Nope. You want to have dissenting opinions. But if you go to the point of crazy, you get muted.
Yeah. When a grandma busts onto a Zoom and starts bringing up Obama when that wasn't brought up and trying to link that into a BLM, it's like you
get muted.
You're off topic.
Yep.
You're completely off topic. If you want to say, hey, I think that you guys should also talk about this, this, and this. Can you talk about the violent side of some of the protests? And can we talk about that side? Hey, okay, now we're in a discussion.
Just get on your Dell or Compaq computer and send an email from your prodigy.net account, Grandma, and send it to the teacher and say, you should also be taught. I was listening to my grandkid's Zoom, and maybe you should consider these things.
Send them some snail mail and see how that works out.
There you go. Send the postcard to the school.
But definitely don't blow up a Zoom where teachers are doing their best and trying as hard as they can. They don't want to deal with you. You interrupted a class, you dummy.
Can't you ruin a plate of cookies? Go do that. All right, that's show, you guys. Yep. That's how we do it. We dish it out, and we're not afraid to
take on a grandma.
That's right. We're not afraid to take down the OG Karen here on this show. Guys, stay connected, stay protected. Don't get infected. We love you guys. It's not a hoax.
But we've got the jugs.
Wear masks, and we'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.